I've got massive news for you. The SEC acknowledges more XRP spot ETFs, and you won't believe what Donald Trump shared on Truth Social. It involves Ripple and XRP. You won't believe it. I have to show it to you. And Google is planning to integrate with Bitcoin wallets. This is really big. And FTX bankruptcy repayments are going to start very soon. I'll give you the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I want to start by reminding you, we are in the great shakeout and it continues. Bitcoin continues to chop. We're getting faked out left and right. Both bulls and bears are getting faked out. This is very boring. The altcoins are not doing much. But remember, patience is important when it comes to investing. I've been telling you guys the macro backdrop is setting up beautifully with the DXY collapsing. Global liquidity is on the rise, and there's going to be a bit of a lag where risk assets eventually catch up. And I think the latter half of February, we're going to start to see some movement. But some analysts are highlighting that we've seen things like this in previous bull markets and that it is setting up a bear trap. So there's going to be a short squeeze because you know the shorts are lining up right now with the price not doing much, and the bears are hoping to get Bitcoin to go further down and the altcoins to go further down. But we are still in a bull market based on the data, not feelings or emotions. And there has been no invalidation of this bull market, right? So we got multiple signals, multiple patterns. We're tracking whale activity, Bitcoin whale activity, all showing we are still in a bull market. So don't panic. This is a time to be patient. As I've said many times, if the price bothers you, don't look at it. Don't look at your portfolio. I have not looked at my portfolio for like 2 weeks because I want to maintain my mental health. This is part of investing, right? And the volatility, the roller coaster ride can get to you, even someone who's been here since 2016. So this is where I pay attention to the data. I don't look at my portfolio. When things start to move up again, I'll start looking at my portfolio, right? So hope you guys understand, and I hope you have a macro view on the markets. Now, we have huge news coming out from Google. They are planning to do Bitcoin wallet integrations. We are seeing Wall Street, TradFi banks, now tech giants, all embracing crypto in one fashion or the other. So Google's Web3 specialist for the Asia Pacific region, Kyle Song, during a panel at the Bitcoin Tech Carnival in Hong Kong on February 18th, unveiled the tech giant's collaboration with the Bitcoin Network contributors. The partnership aims to simplify access to Bitcoin by integrating Google's authentication protocols with Bitcoin wallets, potentially creating a bridge between conventional digital identities and decentralized asset management. Now, why would Google be doing this, guys? Some people say this is a Ponzi scheme. They say it's a fad. They say it's a scam. Yet all of Wall Street, all the big banks are getting involved. All of the big tech companies are getting involved. Watch what they do, not what they say. This is why I always encourage you guys to do your own research, read up, educate yourself. Education and patience, right? In this asset class, we are seeing a paradigm shift and everybody's going to come on board. I've told you guys for years, we're headed to the token economy where all assets will be tokenized. The economy will be running on blockchain. The markets will be running on blockchain. It's just as BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said just last year, tokenization is the future of finance. And you are seeing the building out of the infrastructure, and even big tech giants like Google have to get involved, because if you don't get involved, if you don't hop on board this train, you will have your Blockbuster moment. And Blockbuster failed to adapt to the internet. They had the opportunity to buy Netflix and they didn't. And Netflix came and stole their lunch, and the rest is history. Bankruptcy, right? So this technology is here to stay, folks. So Song outlined Google's strategy to lower the hurdles for entering the Bitcoin ecosystem by leveraging its existing authentication technology for wallet logins. The initiative is part of a broader effort to merge Web 2 payment systems with the decentralized world of cryptocurrency, making Bitcoin transactions as user-friendly as current online payment methods. Guys, I hope you see what is happening here. I hope the price is not distracting you. I hope the FUD that is out there, the fear, is not distracting you from what is being built. And all of these major tech giants, Amazon, Google, you name it, they're all going to be a part of this. So, in addition to simplifying logins, Google is exploring advanced encryption technologies such as zero knowledge proofs to enhance trust and reliability between on chain and off chain systems. Song emphasized the importance of addressing trust issues and improving security to foster a more seamless and trustworthy integration of these technologies. The response to Google's announcement has been mixed. Some industry participants expressed concern over the risk of linking Google accounts with Bitcoin wallets, citing fears of centralized control and potential data vulnerabilities. So, let me give you my thoughts. This is very bullish. I 100% support this because this is going to help bring more people into the asset class and be able to adopt the asset class faster. I've often stated that you need Web3 technology, but with a Web2 interface, because that's what the consumer is trained to interface with, what they're accustomed to, right? Their banking apps, their social media logins, and all these things. Now, the criticism of possible risks, I think, are valid. So that's why Google needs to make sure they do this well. And if they don't, they're going to F it up and people could lose, their tokens and NFTs and much more. As we think about the future of being more digital and people are essentially going to have their digital identity, different cryptocurrencies and digital assets, NFTs and different things in their wallets. That's going to be the future, and we're going to have it on our phones. We're not going to use cash and all these things, right? That is where we're headed, folks. Make no mistake about it. It won't happen overnight, but I like Google's vision. I like what they're trying to do, but I hope they do it right. And I think the company that does it right will be a big winner, because right now, and I've said it many times, there's a lot of hurdles to getting the average Joe and Jane to participate here, because many are scared. It's intimidating, the 24 seed phrase and the private keys and the public keys. All these things are like foreign concepts for many people. Now, you and I, being early adopters, we may be more comfortable, we may be more tech savvy, but the billions out there who are not in here yet, many are going to struggle to understand these concepts. But if you make it easy by putting a Web2 interface and Web3 powering the technology behind it, it will be a big win. Guys, just look at what's happening. This is huge news. Google is a massive company with a lot of resources and money. So they're going to try to build the best technology. They may go out and acquire companies who are currently doing these things. As Google's history is they've acquired a lot of the services they have, like YouTube and all these things. They bought those companies and then put it into their mix and built it out from there. So don't be surprised if they go buy some of the companies who are trying to build these things, like startups and so forth. But nevertheless, very bullish news. All right, the SEC has acknowledged more XRP spot ETF filings. So they have acknowledged the 21 shares, the Bitwise investment, Grayscale, Wisdom Tree, Canary Funds, even the CBOE, Bitwise. Well, I mentioned Bitwise already. So very good sign. Very, very good sign. And I believe XRP and Solana ETFs will be approved this year. Obviously, the big question is the futures market, and we'll see how they sort that out and what they do. But I think there's a high probability that these ETFs get approved. And you know what that's going to do for the price of XRP. Just look at what it did for Bitcoin and the whole massive run up there. And what's going to happen is when XRP, Solana get approved, you're going to have basket ETFs, index ETFs, where it includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. So all of these financial products will be built out for the market, guys. So very bullish. Now, something very interesting happened this evening. President Donald Trump on Truth Social, he shared an article, and this article is actually from January, but the article talks specifically about Ripple and XRP. The headline reads, Donald Trump effect bumps Ripple Labs US deals, XRP gains. And it shows Brad Garlinghouse in the preview image. This was shared by Donald Trump this evening. And it's a CoinDesk article, and it talks about Ripple and their thoughts on the Trump effect, and talks about Ripple Labs and RLUSD and the XRP ledger and so forth. What an article for him to share. And remember, this article is from January. Specifically, it was published on January 6th. So a lot of people are like, hey, what is happening here? This looks really big. And it includes quotes from Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, talking about Again, started talking about Trump and much more. Guys, Trump knows what's going on here. He knows about crypto. I don't think he knows every aspect of the crypto market, but he knows about Ripple. He knows about XRP because we saw Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and their chief legal officer Stuart Alorati met with Trump. And Ripple was a big donator to the Fair Shake PAC in the elections and much more. So very fascinating. I'm not going to take it beyond that because I'm not here to tell you guys fairy tales and, hype you up on stuff that we don't know about. But this is a very positive sign. I'll leave it at that, right? If you're an XRP holder, very positive sign. But yeah, as you can imagine, some Bitcoin maxis are going to be crying. Okay, SEC seeks public feedback on approving options trading for Grayscale, Bitwise, Ethereum ETFs. So guys, we have Bitcoin options trading live. We could see Ethereum options trading coming through, and this is very good. More ETF financial products are going to be built out. So the SEC asked for those comments on whether to allow CBOE Exchange Incorporated to list and trade options on the Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF, the Grayscale Ethereum Mini Trust ETF, and the Bitwise Ethereum ETF, according to a regulatory filing posted on Tuesday. So things are moving ahead, folks. And eventually when XRP, Solana, and all these other ETFs get approved, they'll have options trading as well. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo, which is one of the top tier crypto custodians in the market. BitGo has been around for multiple bull and bear market cycles. They're headed up by Mike Belshie, who is a Web 1.0 and 2.0 legend. And they've been around since 2013, guys, and they offer a variety of services. They're trusted by many big institutions and companies in the crypto industry. For example, 21 Shares, which issues ETFs, uses BitGo. Pantera Capital, that's Dan Moorhead's hedge fund, uses BitGo. Sweet, a token project, and Bitstamp Exchange uses BitGo. So they have a ton of services, wallet services, prime services, and much more. Folks, they also have a retail platform where you can buy, sell, trade crypto, and even stake crypto. And of course, you have the top of the line security and custody. They have a self-hosted wallet as well. So if you'd like to learn more about BitGo, go to bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, we're hearing more news every day, or every week, I should say, about companies planning to do IPOs this year. I think we're going to see a lot of crypto companies IPO. So Fold, which is a Bitcoin financial services company, and they have an app and much more, their CEO, Will Reeves, tweeted out, Fold makes history tomorrow, debuting on NASDAQ as the first Bitcoin financial services company to go public and one of the world's top 25 Bitcoin treasuries. So you are starting to see different crypto companies starting to go public and planning IPOs. The big ones will be like Circle, BitGo, my sponsor as mentioned, Ripple, Gemini Exchange. They said they want to do something like that. So don't be surprised if some of these names later this year go public. Now, we got news that FTX is going to begin initial fund distributions to customers as its bankruptcy recovery forges on. So the customers are going to be getting cash. And it says here, convenience class customers, those claiming up to $50,000, will begin seeing their funds in the next 1 to 3 business days. Funds will be available through BitGo and Kraken, FTX said. So BitGo, like I said, guys, a trusted custodian. He's noticed they're being used by different folks across the industry. So this is the initial batch that are going to be getting, once again, and claiming up to 50,000. The next round of distributions will take place on April 11th, FTX said. So the big question is, the people getting back their money, will they be buying, putting some of it into the market? I think some of them will, but some of them are probably going to be like, I'm getting the hell out of here with this cash, right? But it's great that this is happening, and nature is healing a bit here after the buffoonery of Sam Bankman-Fried and the clowns that were working with him. And we hope things like this don't happen again. And crypto legislation and these things will be passed this year. But very good that this is coming to a conclusion. We can put it behind us, and let's see if some of this cash makes its way into the market. Now, we got news that Blockade closes a $50 million Series B to expand its machine learning security offerings. So on-chain security platform Blockade has raised $50 million in a Series B led by Ribbit Capital. The company provides security solutions for some of the largest crypto firms and projects, including Coinbase and MetaMask. So a couple of things. One, we continue to see these companies are getting capital. Many hedge funds, even TradFi hedge funds, are involved in crypto now. They're investing in the companies building the infrastructure as well as the token projects. They're buying the tokens, right? But great to see these companies are getting the money. And I've often said that if you're an entrepreneur, you have an idea, go pitch it, man. Now's the time. You will get capital if you have a good idea, even if you just get like 8 to 10 million, right? Or start off small. Notice these companies do Series A, B, C. So this is a Series B. So sometimes you start off with a small capital infusion, you get your company up and running, you make progress, then you go raise a second round showing the progress you made, you get more capital. So on and so forth. And second on this news is that great to see that security platforms are getting money and they're starting to ramp up because we need the guardrails in place for security because there's bad actors. There's a lot of people who will try to hack different crypto projects and they're going to try to use AI and different things. So we got to make sure the security is up to par before we bring in the next 1 to 2 billion people. It's important because if we're trying to scale this to the masses, we need to make sure all our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed. Final news item here, former Tether CEO to debut rival yield-bearing stablecoin on Ethereum and Solana. This is according to Bloomberg. So this is interesting. So the co-founder is Reeve Collins. I actually interviewed him, guys. I'll try to get him back on the podcast to talk about this, but I interviewed Reeve maybe a couple times. He's one of the original founders of Tether, and he's launching his own stablecoin. Like some new entrants into the stablecoin fold, such as Athena and M0, Collins' Pi protocol will offer a holder's yield likely earned on tokenized real-world assets. This stands apart from the first stablecoins like fiat-backed USDT and USDC, and algorithmically supported DAI, which simply tracks the value of the US dollar. According to Bloomberg, the stablecoin protocol will launch on Ethereum and Solana blockchains in the second half of 2025. It's unclear how the stablecoin will generate yield, though several existing tokens pass along revenues earned on tokenized real-world assets like US Treasuries. Mountain's protocol USDM stablecoin introduced last year currently offers holders about 5% in annual yield earned off its backed assets. So great to see competition entering the market here and someone who has experience behind stablecoins. And I will be very curious to see how this yield is being generated. That is so important, guys, because we don't want to just put our money into stuff that is not tested and we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. It's important to get the information. So I'll try to get Reeve back on the podcast to talk about this, but great to see these new options being put out there and competition's healthy for the market. And it helps everybody to try to win the consumer, to have a better product, offer lower fees and all, a better service and all these things. So this is really good. Guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me is by subscribing to my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And if you would like to boost your crypto knowledge to get a full understanding of the crypto market from A to Z, check out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. Link will be in the description. This is a comprehensive course, and best of all, what makes it unique, it includes expert commentary. Hear from founders, CEOs, and institutional investors in the crypto space, breaking down the different aspects of crypto. No other course offers that. It's a one-time fee. For lifetime access, go at your own pace. You can share the login with your friends and family if you want. But this course has a lot of value. I packed a lot of my knowledge and the expert commentary in there. It includes full write-ups, downloadable materials, and videos, of course. So if you'd like to learn more, go to mycryptocourse.com. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.